The deadline to bring a personal injury claim in general in the state of Texas is 2 years. That's 2 years from the date of the accident. There are some limited exceptions to that, but in general, if you're involved in some type of a personal injury incident, your deadline to file a lawsuit is 2 years. Now, I always tell people, please don't wait the full time. Come to us early. It's always good to start working on a case early, but the deadline to actually file a lawsuit is 2 years. Now, there can be some exceptions to that. The main one is in cases that involve the government. And when I say that, I don't just mean the federal government. I particularly mean state government. If you live here in the state of Texas, you may be involved in an accident or an incident that involves the state government or the county or the city. That can even include things like a local water district, the city trash service, the police. There's all kinds of governmental entities. It also includes school districts, public school districts. A lot of times people even call, they've had an incident at, say, a hospital like UT Southwestern in Dallas. That's a governmental hospital. Or in Fort Worth, John Peter Smith Hospital. In Dallas, Parkland Hospital. Those are county hospitals, and there are different deadlines if your incident involves some governmental entity. Generally, that deadline is 6 months, not to file a lawsuit, but we have to send a very formal written notice of claim to that governmental entity within 6 months of the incident. So we always tell our clients, if you've been involved in an accident and it involves any form of government, state or local, you need to take action very quickly because you only have 6 months to send notice. In some situations, cities can even shorten that notice in their charter. We've seen notice requirements of as little as 30 days, which is almost no time at all. So we encourage our clients, if you're involved in a claim that in any way involves a city, then you need to reach out to a lawyer immediately because the deadline could be as short as 30 days. Again, not to file a lawsuit, but to send formal notice of the claim to the city. Because if you don't send notice in time, your case can get thrown out. Another exception that we see on deadlines to file lawsuits is those involving minors. If your kid is involved in a lawsuit, normally they have until their 20th birthday to bring a claim. It's 2 years after they turn 18. But there are exceptions to that, especially in cases that involve medical malpractice, medical errors. That deadline can be much, much shorter. Sometimes your 2-year deadline can be extended for various things, but there can be an outside limit of 10 years on certain types of claims. Maybe if it involves like a defect to your home that you didn't maybe you didn't know about during the first 2 years. Sometimes people don't know about their injury until further down the road if it involves, maybe some type of exposure to a chemical or something like that. So the law can be very confusing. So you just need to make sure that you're reaching out to a lawyer who's board certified in the area of the law to get your questions answered.